So this DXY chart in front of me. Welcome back to my channel. This is Joe the Trader. So from our previous forecast analysis where I analyzed the XY, and at the time you can remember the XY was trading around this region, this point here. And I stated it clear that I'm expecting the XY to push up, back up here, enter back into this trend line, and coming for a retest. Then might have that push up back here. And you can see exactly price is playing out there. So I'm just going to put this little resistance here because it's actually a resistance level. Alright, the resistance zone. You can see that's why price has been consolidating around this region. But regardless, I'm expecting a break above it here, then a retest here, then we continue taking it higher. That was exactly what I analyzed on this 1 hour time frame. So you can see this is a clear double bottom on this black zone, which was where last time I analyzed this pair. This was exactly where this pair was sitting. All right, and like this, I would expect it to go back up here, break it, and retest it, then continue. And once I'm expecting a bullish move from this black zone here, from this my resistance, from this support zone, it means I'm saying a buy on the DXY, which means I'm saying the DXY to be more stronger. And if we have to go to other pairs like GBPUSD and other USD based pair, it means I'm expecting them to sell. So let's go straight to Euro USD, which was the first pair analyzed, and you can see it was very fine. At the point that particularly Euro USD was also at this point here. No, I think here. So and we're expecting this drop. Then I say I'll be interested in taking the buy trade once Euro USD pull back into this place and give me confirmation. I'm going to entry. But when it came here, it was a bullish engulfing. So I did enter. So it was when I saw this red candle closed. That was when I took the trade. And you can see Euro USD is playing out perfectly just as analyzed, just like we see on the DXY. And that same zone we can see on DXY, where I say if this DXY push up to that side, I'm expecting more bullish move. That's a push up, a retest of it, then we expect more bullish move. And that's exactly what we are having. This is exactly that zone here on Euro USD. You see that anytime Euro USD point push up, come back, push up, come back. But now I think this time it's going to break through it, and we are bleeding all the way down, and we are going back inside this trend line, which was exactly what I said in the last video. So at least I'm expecting a drop off back to this zone first, and that's where I'll be taking most of my first take profits. That's where I'll be taking them on this zone here. Then when we break it, we come back for the retest, then we can continue going further down or back to this downside. That is exactly what I analyzed on USD that day. So presently here now where USD is sitting, we have to use just this black zone here. So you can see that exactly price is in what I'll just break that level that support this. So you can see now we are trading below that zone. So I see no reason why Euro USD shouldn't drop to this point. And if you go on the channel and watch my all my previous video, you will notice how accurate they are. We've been doing this back to back, and price has just been doing as we analyzed. So I can say I have like 90% win rates. So in the first place, when we use the I said it's going to come here. So why did I say we use this come here? If you watch that previous video, it was when I used the 270 mark from this eye. So I have to use it from here, then take it to this last low. And I say I was expecting to push back into 50 zone, which was this point. I was expecting to sell, but that didn't happen. So we pushed all the way back almost to 70.8% retracement, and we can see we start having that drop from there. And that was when I analyzed the pair, and we can see we are taking it all the way down. So you just have to understand the characteristics of a downtrend. You have to understand the characteristics of a trend. And one other confirmation I use is once I was able to plot out this channel here, I can see USD was making highs and lows, high, lows, high, low, high. Then we put in an higher low, which was this was the last low. And what price going up again, we are expected. Let me zoom it out. So we expected to put in a new higher high, but instead we put in a lower low, which means to break this low. And once you see a low being taken out, what you expect is wait for the first pullback. Once you get a confirmation, that should be the entry. And you can see we have that first pullback and the first red window, which become an inner bar to this green candle that was here. So this candlestick pattern. So all you need to enter the trade, whether you want to buy or you want to sell, is the candlesticks to give you the confirmation. So once we have analyzed, we see the chart pattern, support level, resistance, whatever level you are trading with. The only confirmation you need to enter that trade is candlestick. And you can see this was an Nava. Immediately I saw this Nava, I was there, I put my shot, and you can see price I just be bleeding down all the way, all the way. So I'm going to take most of my profit at this point here. So let me just highlight this area out. So I know once it's touched this place, price might want to react. So you may have a put from here, we might pull back to it as this zone, then we might expect more further drop. So that is just all I'm expecting on EURUSD. All right, expecting on EURUSD. And once you see a counter trend line breaking out like this was the drop off and this was the rising channel. So just like a rising wave. So once you break outside of it, I was only want to take your entry, and but I took it inside of it because I knew what I was doing, because I was seeing all this. I've seen that the trend has changed. I could see the confirmation of trend change here, and we're dropping all the way further here. That's exactly what I analyzed on Euro USD, and you can see how perfectly the trade is playing out. So let's go to the second pair, which is going to be the GBP USD. And if you watch the last video, as well. I even made a short video on it. I said at a point GBPUSD was trading around this point, this consolidation point. I said I was trying to pull back here, this place here, and that's exactly where I'm taking my shot. And I also said in that video that my second entry strategy is going to be the scatter trend line break. Now a break and a retest of it. So if I have to zoom out this part, you can see we have a clear break and a retest of it, and we put in this confirmation, and this was another entry. Right, this was another entry, and this just happened today. And we I'm expecting at least a drop off to this point where I'm going to take in my first TP level, then take it down all the way to this leg for the second TP level. And the third one is going to be a lower low to this guy that is here. So putting in a lower low here. Now, how was I able to get all this confirmation? And previously on GBPUSD, I said I was expecting it to push up to this point. But the moment I saw price rejected from here, I came back again and did a video, which was the last video I dropped. I said since price was unable to get to this point and break down below this little resistance level, so it means that the resistance is pushing the price down. I said I'm going to be waiting for a retest, and I'm going to be using it as an entry for my first entry, and my second entry is going to be this. You can go and watch the previous video. I stated all these things clear, and you can see how price is playing very perfectly. So presently I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and you can see price is just so you have to understand that we were trading inside of this channel, making highs here, low. We have an high here, we have a low here, we have a high here, we have a low here, and we have a high here. All right. So if you look at it, so this was the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This was the lower. This was the higher low. But you see that it couldn't be it was not able to break the last low that was created. And the characteristics of the downtrend is once the last low is not taken off, it means that trend still remains. So far, then we'll break down again, created a new lower low around this point, then created a new high. And we have expected what to create a new low around this area. That is just the characteristics of the downtrend. That's all you need. That's all you need to get a confirmation of how to trade profitably and how to get entry. And one of the reasons why I have to take this trade, so let me just okay. One of the reasons why I have to take the trade even before even when it does not touch the trend line was because I saw this clear reversal pattern. This was a clear reversal pattern. So let me just zoom it out. So I said all you need to trade is the candlestick for formation. So you can see this candlestick. So if you are familiar with this candlestick, this was the heavy star candlestick formation, and heavy star candlestick pattern signify a sell down to downside. And you can see star price started dropping all the way from there. And so because of this resistance that was here, and we could see that we put in what a left shoulder, a head, and the right shoulder. Now, once you see a red and shoulder pattern, there's something you have to take note of. Let me explain that in details. Looking at this point here, we put in the first left shoulder, then price came again, did the second one. On the right side, we must see similar things. If it's not similar, then that pattern is not complete. Then we have the heads. Now this is the right part. We first put in the first one. So you will not use this stick confirmation because you know that when it came for the first one from this other side, it went down, then came back for the second one. So we also have waited for the second one here. You can see this was it here, and I perhaps put my stop loss above this last low that was here, I mean the last high, and then we can see what immediately touched it, kind of doing like it was taking out, then dropped off, giving the candlestick confirmation. But we see that this entry was not a candlestick confirmation. This was a pending order. Now this was candlestick confirmation to confirm that yes, this trend is holding. You can see what we started bleeding all the way down. Even break this trend line. After we break it, I said we should wait for a retest. Then we have the retest. Then this is a new entry. And in my community last night, I dropped a post when price was here. Excuse me, guys. So I dropped a post when price was there. I said it's time to go short on AUDUSD, EURUSD again. So since I already analyzed the video here and I dropped the video here, so I only said time to go short on AUDUSD and SNDUSD because I tend to understand that AUDUSD move faster. Presently, at this period of the time we're talking about, AUDUSD move faster than that of GBPUSD and EURUSD. And the two major pair I'm trading on is AUDUSD and EURUSD. And not be glad is once the dollar is strong, you tend to see all USD pairs trending. Once the dollar is weak, you still also tend to see the dollar USD pair was dropping off selling. So that was just exactly what I did. And you have to understand first TP layer, second TP layer. So, and we are good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. So just keep watching price. If you find this video on time, you can have your entry. I'll break of this guy. We're actually going to have a retest. And you can easily take it, snap entry from this point, then take it all the way down to this point. And this is about, if I have to check, this is about 300 pips. Yes. From this point here to this down here, this is about 300 pips projected. All right. So we've done that of USD and the GBPUSD. So now let's go to the favorites, which is the major pair I'm trading for now. I'm actually trading of them, but the one I capitalize most on is AUDUSD because I think that it's kind of more faster than the rest. All right. So this is AUDUSD in front of me. So you can see this was the last time. So let me just have the full screen here. So this was the last time I said we have a touch here, first touch, second touch, and the third touch. But I made this entry here, and I said I'll be looking for an entry around this area. And I got my first entry around this point. The risking as low as 3.9 pips. Like let's just say 4 pips, risking as 4 pips as my stop loss. Then I have my TP all the way here. Then I have a second entry around this point, and you can see all is playing out. Now the third entry is just in bit of a little profit, and you can see price is kind of pushing back against us. So if I have to go to the 15 minute time frame, so let's check so you can see. So this was form of a clear double bottom. But what I can say from this point is price is only coming back to test this zone here, and once we have the test, we will break it out. So that is very certain. That is very certain. I was very surprised to be coming all the way down here. That's just so I'm not going to talk much on AUD USD because I'm not going to talk much on AUD USD. The pair is just trading out of the light. And let me just check if I have to connect this one to this one. So I'm gonna drag it down. So in case we have like first touch here, second one here, and this is like the third touch of the trend. It looks like if it break it, and that was because anytime you have your trend line and you see that a support level is very close, price is actually going to break it. So expect that either support level or resistance level. So you can see the resistance level and price only came but to respect it. Then we are now bleeding all the way down. A retest of it here after coming back inside of it. Then we are bleeding all the way down. So I see no reason why price shouldn't drop to this point here. I see no reason why price shouldn't drop to 60.35. And that's just all out for the update of our trade this afternoon. And I did a video which I was unable to upload while I was talking about the USD CHF. So let's just go there. Okay, yeah, it's follow me is USDCHF, which I want to be analyzing today. And I'm presently on the 4 hours time frame. So let's just go straight to the daily time frame. Let's see what the time frame is saying. So at this point, this was back to the zone, coming to this trend line for a third touch, and also I have this support level and price expected it and rejected back up. And if you notice on this resistance zone, what you notice is we have first bounce here, push back up, we came back, tested the second time, then we pushed up, came down, then we put in a lower low. You see that this low here is lower to this one. Then we went back inside, we tested this area just like the way we did here. Then if you have scan from the left, you have one, two, then this low, you also have one, two, which signify a bullish reversal. So currently on the USDCHF, what we are expecting looking for is a bullish outlook. So we are looking for a buying opportunity. So I'm going to draw my resistance level here on this black zone I put here, so you can have a proper zone. Alright. So this is, we have a left shoulder here, and we have the head, then we have the right shoulder. So we have two left shoulders, the head, and two right shoulders. So signifying a very strong bullish, signifying a very strong bullish move. So you see that here we have this dodgy candlesticks and then an evolving candlestick follow, which signify a bullish movement. So actually what I was expecting on this 4 hours time frame was at the time price was the next point here. So I was expecting this I was expecting a drop off here, then a pullback. So which signify another area other pattern on the 4 hours time frame also happening on this zone. But that didn't play out, and a possible entry scenario I can also spot on the chart now is, let me delete it there, okay? So I'm going to make it smaller, then I'm going to pull this trend line from this high here, connect it to this lows here, then drag it down. So we see that we have the first touch here, second touch here, and this looks like a third touch, right? But if you can look closely on this third touch, immediately touch it, we only have one rotation pulling it down, which I was expecting it to come down here, but that didn't happen. And we can see another power candlestick creating a back bullish candlesticks. But that's still fine. So this entry scenario we're going to have on this is, if you can have a break above this that will retest this trend line area, then we can take it higher back to this level here. So which is going to be our first TP target. Then we're going to have our second TP target as the extension of this, which is this high here. So first TP here, we have the second TP target here. And this is a clear reversal. Even showing on the power time here, we have the left shoulder here, we have the head, then we have the right shoulder. And if you also take this point here, we have a double bottom happening on this zone, and now price closed back inside this resistance level, also above the trend line. So that gives us a confirmation for a bullish move, pulling us back to this resistance zone here. And we can prove this resistance zone. We should put an explanation at this point, which is 0.8171. That's on USDCHF.
So that was the analysis on USDCHF, which I was unable to post. So I just posted a short video so you can watch it on this trend and this and you can see exactly price played out, and it broke above the trend line and we tested it. So this is the confirmation of that analysis.
Watch exactly what I talk about the setup, and my first TP is around this zone here, and the second TP is around this point. So that is for USDCHF, and this is just exactly what we're seeing on the DXY. So let's just go to 1 hour time frame. So you can see this that same zone here, which DXY is. So once we clear this zone, we test it, then we are going up. So that's all I have for the trade update for this afternoon. And I see you in my other subsequent video. Click that subscribe button drop a like and don't forget to click on notification bell so you don't stay outdated when I drop awesome content like this. And peace out.